Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another blind commentary, and today I'm reacting to something that is really a long time coming. The second half of LittleshyFim's Cinemare sins for Season 3 of MLP. I think I said in the video for the last one that I'd get to this half of the season, like, just a couple weeks later, and now it's 5 months. I'm terrible. But, yeah, that's just mostly a result of all this stuff that happened and me just not having, like, any time to record except for on Saturday for so long now. And hopefully that changes soon and stuff like this will be able to go back to being more regular than just once every half a year. But we'll see. I actually really do think that soon I'll be able to return to a more regular schedule like I had before, though I don't know when exactly that will be. But anyway, 6 more Everything Wrong With videos, and the title, or the episodes we're doing this time are Apple Family Reunion, Spike at Your Service, Keep Calm and Flutter On, Just for Sidekicks, Games Ponies Play, and Magical Mystery Cure, which is a pretty good set of episodes. I do generally feel that the second half of Season 3 is better than the first half. And as for what's wrong with them, or what the sins are, yeah, Apple Family Reunion, I guess the only thing that really comes to mind is the fact that there are some ponies that are clearly not members of the Apple family present in the group shots, like Cloud Chaser. But is that really a sin? I don't know. Aren't any, like, plot holes or anything. Spike at Your Service, that's definitely a controversial episode that has a lot of opinions. I'm a lot more lenient on it than a lot of people, though I do recognize that some people just feel that it doesn't add up. I say that Spike's out-of-characterness is explainable by just his level of enthusiasm, and the whole idea of the Dragon Code makes sense when put in the overall character arc for his character. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that stuff counted as a sin either. And, yeah, I don't know what else you could really say for the episode. I'm sure there are several things. Keep Calm and Flutter On. Now that one, I kind of love the episode too much to really see anything wrong with it, though I know a lot of people do say that the reformation of Discord is too sudden. I think it works. I think that Discord's character has this underlying naive quality to it that sort of childlike quality to it that wants to experience these new things, and just that hasn't worked for me. I mean, he's not really just vindictive, he's having fun, and his fun is chaos, and I don't know, it's always made enough sense to me that I wasn't mad at it. Just for Sidekicks, I can't even really think of much to say for that one. It's a pretty straightforward episode that doesn't really do much that I think anyone can complain about it. I mean, I'm sure there are some people out there who don't like the episode, but it's not one that I see getting a lot of criticism. Games Ponies Play, except for maybe that Spike kind of acts like an idiot, but it's Spike. Games Ponies Play, yeah, well, there is a big problem just in the plotting, and that is the whole stupid premise on which the whole situation is predicated. The whole, yeah, this is how we're identifying the pony, not by any physical trait of her, but by her luggage, and we're not even giving a good description of that. We're just saying it has flowers on it, and that's enough, apparently. And that's just ridiculous and stupid, so definitely a sin there. But other than that flimsy premise, I do like the episode, and can't really think of too much I would say is wrong with it, though I'm sure there are little things. Finally, the finale, and I'm sure a lot of people would say that one's full of sins, just for what happens in it. I've always loved the episode. I would acknowledge that the pacing is weird, though I'm not sure that's something that would be named as a sin. And the resolution also is kind of a bit weird, the whole idea that completing a spell is such a big deal now, when it's not really something that we've ever talked about before. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to be said here. I'm sure Little Shy will do what he usually does and find all sorts of stuff that I would never spot in a million years that's just fascinating to look at, and it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. And here we go. Everything wrong with Apple Family Reunion in 3 minutes. Spoilers. Duh.
Granny appears out of thin air. This apple survived 100 moons.
That's
Best
great.
Cousin ever. Upside down horseshoes bring bad luck. Surely nothing bad could happen to the barn, though, right?
Never.
This abomination is clearly not Applejack, especially when compared to her birth certificate.
Oh.
Who took this photo?
Good
Granny
catch.
Smith is clearly a child in this photo, but a previous episode states Ponyville wasn't even discovered until the time Granny was a young adult.
Oh, yeah, that's also a good catch.
Yep, whole family's here, all right.
Yeah.
Gears are turning in my head about this reunion.
Applejack confirmed for Gen 2 Sim.
Granny Smith handed me the reins of...
Handing reins has implications related to both humans and slavery. Coincidence?
Worth the wait.
She is, of course, referring to the Fritters, the revenge of Raincloud. Magnetic wood doesn't
Raincloud.
obey laws of physics. Spike transports logs to Celestia.
More excited than when it rained frogs.
Granny Smith confirmed old as ancient Egypt. Scene pans out of frame.
It's like a mile away or something.
City Pony lacks distance judgment. Applejack's mouth
Yeah.
doesn't move while talking. Wilhelm. Discussing 2 Cutie Mark Crusader inductions while ignoring the 2 nearby blank flanks.
Oh.
This pony is eating as if she were being coerced. Recycled, Animated trees on the same layer as background scenery. Abandoning a moving vehicle is far more logical than simply coming to a stop.
All my plans for the perfect
Yeah.
reunion are completely destroyed.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Pony eyes are so huge that crying requires a water sloshing sound effect.
Every pony's still here, ain't they?
Except for the oranges. At the moment, they're in a world of their own. Either Applejack grew an extra pair of legs out of her abnormally long neck, or her spine has snapped in half. A number of ponies aren't even from the Apple family.
Yeah.
They're just here for the free food.
Cloud Chaser there.
Racist Barn is an old, unfunny meme, which becomes slightly more interesting when you apply the lyrics without context.
Hold them up and nail them down.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the fact that a scriptwriter had the opportunity to write transition with butt. None of these nails serve a purpose. Brayburn grabs a critter with his left front leg, which was holding a
forgot
glass
how
of
funny
water
these
a
were.
moment ago. Babs has green eyes, so these are clearly borrowed from Apple Bloom. Octavia's secret farm life. Introducing the Ansco old-timey camera, now with nose boop activation. Radioactive camera flash can have strange effects on young ponies, such as change of race. That was an incredibly fast turnover for film development.
Yeah.
Applejack attempts to make this year's reunion memorable with hard manual labor. When that doesn't work out, Applejack makes this year's reunion memorable with hard manual labor.
Pretty much. That picture.
Nice catching, Frog.
And yeah.
You saved my life. I need to repay the favor. Shoot, Spike. That's what friends do for each other.
Spike is irritatingly oblivious. Twilight is layered under the book stack. Big Mac's sparkly cutie mark.
Smelling like dirty feet.
Well, isn't this episode off to a pleasant start? Theme: disappearing apple sack. Not to be confused with a disappearing sacked apple. Fun fact, Season 3 is half the length of a normal season because 3D Timberwolves used up the animation budget.
Really?
Bonus fun fact, that's probably not true.
I didn't think so.
Predator has the opportunity to kill prey, but doesn't because waiting for a last-minute rescue is more important.
You saved my life!
Applejack's actions are to blame for all of the following Spike episodes. Balloon can carry a pony with ease unless that pony happens to have their hooves on the ground.
You saved my life! That's what friends do for each other.
In Equestria, friends save each other's lives regularly. Not a perfect world after all. This shading. Left leg should be layered above body. Because where else would the eggs be kept?
You saved
It
my
really
life.
doesn't make a
I
lot
owe
of
you a
sense.
life debt.
Twilight saved Spike on multiple occasions. Why does Applejack take priority? Load-bearing
I
support
think it's a
above
recently
doorway.
invented concept.
Huge door or tiny interior. Recycled These curtains are on the exterior. This pie becomes full again.
I wouldn't give to have some pony forever in my debt.
Sure, make the white pony a slavery sympathizer.
Applejack saved Spike's life, and now he has to serve her forever.
Rainbow Danger Dash doesn't inquire about a life-threatening situation. Sentient Table leaps out of frame.
Wash your laundry, clean your room, help you with your unfinished novel.
Since Spike is the only one who can write, he's probably already helping with the novel. Also, ponies apparently write
Can't
fanfiction
underestimate
about
the
themselves. Rarities
mouth
and
writing
properly layered
ability.
mane. Spike
Oh,
breaks
that's
everything,
badly-
including the
yeah.
kitchen sink. This oddball animation glitch.
That was awesome!
And nothing of value was lost. Bookhorse OCD is a superpower
Someone's not a
able
Spike
to detect
fan.
misaligned inkwells.
This is dragon code we're talking about. Surely you know how important the dragon code is to a dragon.
Silly Applejack. Even fillies know the importance of this thing never previously mentioned. This door isn't even close to being
Despite
attached
that
to the
line, I
barn.
still think it's an
The
invented
parallax
concept.
effect is all messed up during this shot, producing floating doors. Cartoon pony.
There are exactly 24,567,837 blades of grass at Sweet Apple Acres.
If that's true, Sweet Apple Acres isn't even a tiny fraction of an acre in size. If you thought
Of course
Spike
he'd do the
episodes
math.
treated Spike poorly, look what they can do to the strongest of the main six. Asphyxiation
That's a good point.
followed by death. You know, for kids. That awkward moment when you go for a handshake, but they don't have hands. Twilight has more books than what she started with. One credit just wasn't enough for you, was it, Mark?
That's great.
Shoot, Spack.
Well, it's about time some pony got me out of that prison block.
Theme. Okay, every pony, line up for the uninformed newcomer exposition.
It gets out of hand.
Twilight's knowledge of human anatomy is getting out of hoof.
This is post-Equestria, girls.
How very convenient. Shame you didn't
Or
think
no,
of
it
it
isn't.
last time.
That's between
Celestia
season 3 and
accounts
4.
for all of the element bearers except
Excuse
for
me?
a certain honest orange apple horse. Celestia has no rear end.
Such language.
Fluttershy actually gives a flying feather about language.
I apologize.
Only 23 episodes late. Sky doesn't meet horizon. See you later, suckers. I'll be watching the chaos unfold from the safety of my mountaintop castle. Celestia's little gnome third wing. Right arm tattoo, left arm tattoo. Background doesn't reach top of frame. This eye glitch. Fluttershy can hover without using her wings. Fluttershy is clearly not staring. One beaver isn't taken over by Discord. It's just a jerk. Localized earthquake moves these 3 trees.
So watch that goat-legged step of yours, pal.
That's racist. Put air quotes. Makes you wonder what equestrian quotation marks look like.
Eat any good books lately?
First Celestia, and now Fluttershy leave Discord unsupervised needlessly. Obligatory Wilhelm sin. Chair falls, reappears, and falls again.
Well, it's Discord.
Space to be himself.
Fluttershy is the parent of every retail worker's worst nightmare. Rarity left some false eyelashes at home. Twilight's tail attaches to her hip.
Because that's what friends do.
Discord just got friend zoned.
That mean he's available for Celestia?
No.
Not a good time, Angel.
Don't you know how rude it is to frantically yell in distress? Fluttershy forgets about her ability to communicate with animals, therefore granting us a charming scene of charades.
wedding at Sweet Apple Acres. And we all know who's behind that now, don't we?
Surely not the beavers who did that just a little while ago, right? Of all the incredible things a powerful god of chaos could do, Discord floods a farm.
Yeah.
Such language! Such language!
Such recycled language. Recycled groan. Animation error, or just Discord. You decide. Lesson time, kiddies. Lens flare.
Friendship is magic.
Roll credits. Due to a contract requiring the introduction of a new toy in each episode, Gravy Boat is a top-billing character. No joke, this episode was partially written by a 15-year-old brony, thus creating an oxymoronic instance of canon fanfiction.
I think it was only the story idea that came from him, but I guess that still counts.
You know what else is adorable? You ponies.
Yeah?
Discord isn't my husbando in the scene.
This is the TVY equivalent of killing off a character without half a season of mourning. Owlicious randomly gains and loses a bow tie throughout the episode. Who jokes? Almost as funny as the first 100 times.
I had a bowl full of them here.
This is not a bowl. Convenient gem glitter persists just long enough to make a point. This offensive face should be censored immediately. Theme. Ponyville train station appears just outside library. Come to think of it, the scenery outside the library changes quite often.
Yeah?
And the library itself is bigger on the inside. Twilight confirmed for Time Lord. Measuring cup doesn't reflect. You will see this face in your nightmares.
Oh.
Dash groans and exhales without opening her mouth. This lackadaisical copy-paste job. Element of generosity, everyone.
I don't remember seeing critters on the invite
It seems to be
list.
worth a lot.
Passive-aggressive
I mean,
much?
You sure you don't already have your hands full?
It's more likely that Spike's claws are commonly referred to as hands, but this narrator is more keen on calling this a sin because of the many other sins depending on it. Sin politics, everyone.
You absolutely sure you can do this?
It's not like it's the first time. These cartoon physics.
The natural reason is Fluffer to die for!
Dead ponies. Scootaloo phases up through the floor.
You wanna pull off this whole skydiving thing?
If only one of us could fly.
No.
Forgotten animation note.
Toys! They need toys!
Scootaloo is an expert on all things toy-related. Being one herself and all, Ponyville Market teleports to the depths of Sweet Apple Acres.
What have you done to the turtle?
Tortoise. How do you think we paid for the industrial-sized pet hairdryer?
Must have been worth quite a lot considering it was invisible a few moments ago. Not so subtle
Yeah?
episode callbacks. Gem Bowl levitates then jumps onto the ground. Animals fighting and need to be separated? Why not tie them together in a ball? Granny Smith accepts a bribe. After all, the Apple family is well known for their lack of integrity. Spike's telescopic bunny vision. Spike doesn't think to simply not bring the pets on a train. A particularly violent Sweetie Belle stomps a small bird to death. Invisible caboose. Rarity disappears. Twinkleshine has no interest in saying hello, at least not until Twilight gains her power and wealth. Mirror Twilight is surprised by this reflection mismatch. Spike monologues inches from the main six and no pony hears him, or sees him for that matter. Train car disappears shortly after arrival. Fluttershy and Dash only took the train because their wings vanished. Unlike Apple
interesting.
You did a really good job of taking care of the animals.
she said, before arriving at home to witness the damage. All 3 of the CMC credits contain a typo.
Wonderful.
I have a Patreon now, but watch out, there's also a fake one. I appreciate the support. Okay, thanks, bye.
Cool. Yeah. Katamari.
You're letting her lull you into a false sense of confidence. Watch that. It's all part of the game.
Twilight takes a few steps, waves, then appears right next to the station. The main 6 leave with their saddlebags, but arrive empty-hoofed. Theme. Screwy kidnaps an unconscious filly. Mark mismatch is an omen of what's to come.
Crystal Empire, ladies.
Yeah.
This is the face of some pony often mistaken for a lady. As if this levitating pony wasn't weird enough, this pony is sitting on an invisible platform. Welcome to the Lens Flare Empire. Panning camera symbolizes a move away from Twilight and Cadence's secret hoof shake. This is the last we see of it, and by extension, all that represents Twilight Sparkle. The end is nay. Rarity's horn glows for exactly
They
one
do it again,
frame.
don't they?
A
Yeah,
perk
in
of being a
season
unicorn
6.
is not having to worry about leaving the oven on.
It's a crystal mud.
Well, this was probably made before
Crystal
that.
Mud Bath. Cadence owns a trademark on crystal products, and she's not afraid to apply it to anything and everything.
Pie, honestly.
No, laughter.
Your main stylist
Wow.
has the blue and won't be able to make it.
All of this could have been avoided had the stylist not been anti-vax. Crystal ponies randomly lose their crystalness. This eye glitch. Dash's element amulet randomly appears for one shot. Fluttershy talks without moving her mouth. Bookhorse reads upside down, implying Princess Cadence is more famous than the main 6. Traveler isn't suspicious of ponies promising a too-good-to-be-true tour while also taking her luggage and leading her out of public view.
To introduce you to this wonderful kingdom.
You'd think kingdom would be a trigger word here.
And since we're not even from here ourselves,
Yeah, about that. Wouldn't actual crystal ponies be better welcomers for the Crystal Empire?
Probably.
Using welcoming ringers probably doesn't look very good. Twilight's cutie mark finds itself on yet another pony's flank. This layering error.
How does that even happen?
The inspector somehow doesn't hear this. Twilight trots this interior distance in only 5 seconds. Pinky
That's a
steals
fast
Twilight's
pony.
lower lip. This skywalk is located on the opposite side of the castle. Blanket crystal filter gives birth to crystal water, just like normal water but shinier. Trademark Princess Cadence. Layering error causes Dash to become the size of her toy. Rainbow Dash forgets how to break, despite having plenty of time to do so.
What's the point of checking there? That's where Cadence is. If Miss Harshwinny is there, well, then game over, right?
Pinkie Pie frequents TV tropes. Ms. Harshwinny decides to base her
That's great.
unbiased decision on the account of another pony, even after hearing said pony was mistaken for herself. Harshwinny addresses a royal alicorn princess, not with respect, but with blatant rudeness. Meanwhile, in Cloudsdale, Rainbow Dash's traumatizing childhood plays out yet
I
again in
don't
another
think
filly's life. Fluttershy's extra
Cloudsdale was
nostril.
up for the...
Mirror Twilight is surprised by this continuity mismatch. Bottom of seats are solid until the plot demands that they have room for a dragon to hide under.
we'll still be able to come back here and watch the games when they're played.
Surely an event with this much build-up wouldn't be a typical Spike episode, right?
All part of the game.
Cadence would be so glad to hear that.
I'm surprised she knows anything about me at all.
We got the wrong pony?
I was just treated to the warmest, funnest, most fabulous reception I ever had.
Something tells me everything is not going to be fine.
This episode was originally written to be the show finale. That in itself is worth a sin. In other news, an explosion was reported by Ponyville's local glitter factory today. Already getting possessive of Ponyville? Never too early to start staking claims in case you are royalty someday, huh? Canterlot ponies are often pleased at the sight of a stranger dancing on their table. Yes, but does Ponyville at Twilight sparkle? Twilight is awfully quick to accept that Rarity has Dash's cutie mark, rather than assume it's a joke, dream, or horrible accident. Instead, she proceeds to casually ask about Rainbow Dash's whereabouts. Larson is credited as the writer, despite the episode being nothing like his original script,
Where is Rainbow
Yeah,
Dash?
I've heard about that.
Why isn't she handling this?
implying Rainbow Dash is the only weather pony capable of fixing this. Conveniently
Good point.
absent secondary characters. The Apple family and other weather ponies being the most obvious examples, but even the ponies we do see don't seem interested in questioning the cutie mark swap. Oh look, Dash has her real cutie mark back. Disaster averted.
Y'all give me a hand here.
Insert hand joke here. Twilight resents delivery ponies. For good reason. Casting a random spell without having a clue what it does. Twilight made out pretty lucky considering no pony died after this. You know things are getting serious when the lights dim themselves. The elements are conveniently sitting in the library. No doubt Celestia had better use for the vault in Canterlot than to guard Equestria's
returned
most
them
powerful relics.
in
Twilight
Keep Calm and
explains
Flutter
the
On. That
problem
one is a
can't
big
be
mistake
solved
on
with
his
simple
part.
memory magic, then proceeds to solve the problem with simple memory magic.
They're
Overdramatic
there,
song
so
makes it evident that the
Discord.
episode expects the audience to go through the 5 stages of grief in only 5 minutes. It's pretty clear that this ordeal happens in only a day or two, so how could Pinky have so disastrously doomed the farm in such a short time? Even after the Cutie Mark situation is resolved, the majority of the farm would remain like this for years, creating food shortages and destroying the Apple family's source of income.
Yeah.
This window style change. Rest of the main 6 are either brainwashed idiots blindly following unconscious Cutie Mark orders, or time itself was altered, resulting in everything before this episode being erased and replaced with false memories. Neither of these options make sense. All of Ponyville depends on Pinky to prevent them from experiencing crushing depression and hostility. These background ponies need to get a life away from the main 6. The next time a strange glow emits from the bathroom, fear not, for Twilight merely has another mundane idea. Are the animals upset with Rainbow Dash's care, or are they upset about her replacing Fluttershy? Were their memories arbitrarily affected by the spell as well? Fluttershy's mark is also back. Twilight had nothing to worry about after all. These huge snowflakes. Animator probably made Dash's pupils green to function as a green screen, resulting in this discolored mane.
There's no time to explain.
Sometimes a writer's cries of anguish can leak into the script. This building disappears. Imagine being some pony unaware of all this. Oh look, the main characters are having a musical parade again. I wonder what arbitrary conflict they overcame today.
I know how to fix the spell.
What's to fix? The spell served its purpose and doubles as a fulfilled prophecy. Twilight's edition of friendship magic is really more of a spell on its own. Twilight owns a time-traveling quill dispenser. New headcanon. Twilight died here, and everything after this point is the afterlife.
Heard it before.
How else do you explain the hellish movies to come? Applejack exclaims, "Where on earth did she go?" But in Equestria, this translates to, "Where on dirt did she go?" We do know Celestia has been looking for a pony predestined to be the Princess of Friendship, but we still don't know how or why Celestia would know all this. The show's canon gets more and more fragmented as time goes on, but this episode was the tipping point. Random green dots animation error. The number of stars on Twilight's Cutie Mark always corresponded with the main 6, although here we see 7 stars. If you look closely, you'll notice that Twilight has wings. This is an obvious animation error, which happens quite often, but Twilight's is the most apparent. Cadence adorns the ceremonial
animation
headdress,
error.
then moments later reverts back to her normal main style. Twilight gets promoted to princesshood after fixing a major disaster of her own doing. Discord should be a super princess by now. This offensive pony breaks the 4th wall to wink at us. This teleporting background pony.
I love you too, girls.
Yes, but which two? Miscolored horn.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
Tell that to the 2013 bronies watching this live while in the fetal position.
You've come such a long, long way.
Firing the laser. What's this gonna be?
This door with the key
Just
of imagination.
Twilight Zone joke, or
Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas.
Gonna be Equestria Girls,
over into
or
the Twilight Zone.
just Twilight Zone? Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I forgot how funny these things were. Or maybe it's just that Littleshy is getting better at them as he goes along, but this was just really amusing, kept me laughing, kept me having fun, and I just really enjoyed it. Well, in the past, I think I might have been keen to refute things that I disagreed with. Here, there are only just a few things that seem worth mentioning to me, just because I do know that these are things that are meant to just have fun with them. They're not necessarily meant to be taken seriously. But that said, in Spike at Your Service, I really do believe that Dragon Code is something that Spike came up with on his own. Because that's just how it seems to read to me. But with the card that he obviously made himself, and even Twilight's tone when she says that one line, it just seems like she's humoring him. She's considering it important because he considers it important. Either that or it's something that she discovered after Dragon Quest, and really did so to encourage him and give him something to latch onto. Because I know a lot of people don't think much of Meriwether Williams and her writing, but that just seems more reasonable to me than her having forgotten what she said in her own episode before, that Spike knows nothing about his dragon identity. Going from that to him suddenly knowing these codes and old rules and whatnot, yeah, that it doesn't go together. So I just think that that we're to take that this is something he came up with. Aside from that, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? I guess it's just really the finale. The obvious thing there, and probably the most glaring thing that I think he got wrong with any of these, is the whole comment about the elements of harmony. That was pretty firmly established. Keep Calm and Flutter on. Aside from freeing Discord, it was, yeah, a reason to get the elements of harmony back in Twilight's library. Celestia says just flat out, you're keeping the elements now just in case Discord. And that's really in no way a sin at all. Aside from that, though, I would say that, I mean, I do get it with Magical Mystery Cure why it is sort of a mess in a lot of ways, but it's an appealing mess. It's fun, and the music is great, some of the best in the show, and it just makes me smile. I mean, it's not anything great, but I always liked it. I don't know, maybe I just have low standards. But yeah, hope you liked the commentary. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.